And I'm gonna pull up some of the ones that you sent over because this one
Hmm.
caught my eye almost instantly when you sent this over. What are we
Okay.
seeing here?
These are soldiers who are in the this is the combat Pan fighting arts.
Yes,
And so what they're doing is Ursula Atra had to create a system that dealt with the sea people. So
yes,
he had to fight these different battles.
mm-hmm.
And so these people, these strange people came over with all these different types of weapons and training and stuff. And so his soldiers had to kind of match that. And so this is a precursor or a follower or the father of Greek pancration.
Okay,
So if you just pull up pancration, you'll see what I'm talking about.
mm-hmm.
And it has a lot to do with this all-encompassing fighting styles. So before it was just wrestling.
Yes,
Okay. Now it's kicking, blocking, grappling all together.
yes, okay, more
Okay.
complete fighting style.
Exactly. So this is what the soldiers are doing.
Yes,
So they're training themselves for battle. So this is an all-encompassing Ma'at fighting type of system. So that's what you're going to look at. But if you see pancration, it's a Greek system, and pancration came from the Rau Shen. So it's Rau Shen first, and then of course, the Greeks had the sport, and then of course, pancration was the Hellenic sport, or the Hellen sport, or the Athens sport,
yes,
and then the Pomacone is the great Spartan military system. So all of these branches came from the roots of that.
yeah, okay, okay.
So
That
we are the oldest. Yeah, we are the oldest fighting system. So this would look more like a modern, if you want to use it as an example, an Israeli type Prava God type deal.
yeah, okay. That people. Okay, we can embrace that now. I get that now.
Okay, so that's kind of what I mean. Just to give you an example, that's
Yes,
kind of what I'm talking about. Because before all that came, the oldest fighting system that you look at, this is thousands of years before any of that even existed.
yes. Wow, that's really significant there. And you're still this is what you're teaching, right?
Correct.
Okay, okay. Okay, so say somebody comes to you completing how much of a skill level do you have to have before you would start something like this?
Skill level, everybody comes in with different types of skill levels, right?
Yes.
But we do an overall, objective. We help people to understand what it is that they're learning, right? So we attach, of course, history to our fighting system. But people come in and say, "Hey, I've trained in, karate, for an example."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, karate has some principles,
Yes.
okay, because of its tree of ancestry. So what we want to do is get people out of that formality and help them to understand what real world combat would look like.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we want to put them over into that frame of mind. So we want to get you out of katas and help you to understand more about drills.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we want to help you to understand, yes, we're going to be utilizing what type of weapons you may encounter.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, because the sea people brought a whole lot of bladed weapons,
Mm-hmm.
knives and swords and everything else above, right? So you're going to learn that they have projectile weapons. Of course, there are bows.
Mm-hmm.
Today we have firearms.
That's right.
Okay. So the goal is to help people to understand the physiology of real world combat.